I don't know about you, but I get very angry at situations like this, particularly when it's criminality. You know, it's nothing to do with them, it's not their piece of work or anything like that. But these hooligans now seem fit, of course, to just barge into anywhere, whether it be smashing bank windows, which you and I then have to pay for because that goes onto the cost of your charges. These thickos don't really understand that, of course, because half the time they're jobless and useless. Take these two people here from Animal Rising. Now this has really angered me because, as we know, recently we unveiled a brand new, very first official portrait of His Majesty the King. As I say, his first one since coming to the throne just over a year and a bit ago now. And even though we were all a little bit, particularly I was honest about it and said I wasn't too sure, the more I look upon it now, I think it's actually very good. Vibrant, certainly got him facially, and apparently the Queen Camilla, loves it. So if it's good enough for Camilla, it should really be good enough for the rest of us, shouldn't it? But earlier today, at the time of recording this at the Philip Mould Gallery in London, these two imbeciles decided to go in and paste over that person's portrait, Now this was all to do with, apparently they had a problem with the fact that the patron of the RSPCA, that is of course King Charles, wasn't doing enough to highlight a certain aspect of it. Now anybody who knows anybody knows that the royal family are animal lovers. I mean, you can just tell that. Her Majesty the Queen, she loved her corgis. We know that the Queen, Camilla, loves her dogs and all of that sort of stuff. So it's very difficult, isn't it, to take these ridiculous things very clearly, Now they haven't decided yet exactly why they decided to do this. This is just their little piece that they put out. But when you watch the video, you'll notice exactly how the weasel with red hair is running away. But I would tell you this is an inside job at the gallery, simply because there you have a camera crew. If you look to the side, they're all ready to film it, document it. But of course, the weasel with the red hair is thinking, oh goodness, forgetting, of course, he's on all the CCTV cameras. Now, what annoys me is the fact that basically they'll probably go away with a bit of a slap on the wrist, a caution at best. I don't know about you, if you think about this in the past, if you defaced anything from the monarch at that time, you could have been hanging literally in a public square. Now, some people might suggest, of course, that that's the time to bring back capital punishment. I think personally what I would be more inclined to do would be to publicly embarrass these people. How about bringing back things like the medieval stocks? Do you remember the things that they used to have in the centre of the market town, where literally you were putting stocks for 12 hours and people could throw things at you, old fruit, rotting vegetables, stuff like that? Basically make them publicly humiliated. And people might say, oh, that's a bit harsh, Neil. Spin it back. Imagine you go inside to their private abode and pick on something that they like, paste over it and sit back and say, I hope you'll understand the message and see the humour that it's intended to be. How would you like it? What I do like, of course, is His Majesty the King has refused to comment on it, basically claiming that he's going to be focusing on trooping the colour and, of course, getting healthy. Basically not giving these two imbeciles and the rest of the Animal Rising group the publicity that they so craved. But what would you do with them if these were your two children? Or more importantly, you had the opportunity to deal with the imbeciles in question? I'd love to know. As ever, keep it polite, but please do like and share. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.